Senior year was off to a great start. My best friend Angela and I were done with all of our rigorous pre-med coursework, and spring break was finally a time to relax. May 10th couldn't come soon enough, a lively celebration of the class of 2020's hard work the past 4 years. As Angela and I took our senior portraits, I could already hear my family and friends cheering my name as I walked across the stage to receive my diploma. Break offered a glimpse of all those festivities graduation had planned for us. My friends and I decided to get drinks in downtown Raleigh to celebrate making it to the 3/4 mark of our final year. Boxcar Bar and Arcade is our favorite spot because of the colorful neon scene indoors and the relaxing social scene outdoors. It is its own little world where time slips by as I sip some beers with my buddy Ivan, go up to complete strangers and ask to pet their dogs, and challenge random people to a friendly game of Guitar Hero. While people in the US were seemingly living life as usual, going out to bars and dining at fancy restaurants, little did we know that something all the way across the world in China was brewing. But I consciously pushed this thought down to the back of my mind. I told myself that COVID-19 was only serious in China. The US is different after all, right? But with just a single email, you can quickly sober up, as your entire world turns upside down. The coronavirus was officially a pandemic, and on March 10th, 2020, we learned that Duke's campus was closing down and classes were moving to remote learning. Returning to campus a few days later, it was unsettling how eerily empty the once bustling West Union walkway was. The only people I saw were students rushing with their luggage to catch the bus to the airport. The sounds of my lively campus were replaced by an uncomfortable silence, the sound of my senior year slipping away. The new quiet pervaded my home in Durham, where I live with my sister. The quietude was quickly filled by a 24-hour news cycle that only seemed to bring bad news for us. Eventually, I decided to turn off the TV, the radio, and the notifications. When I was finally free from the constant bombardment of COVID-19 news, I realized that it's not as quiet as I had thought. I began to hear sounds that brought me solace in this unprecedented time. The warm voice of an old friend FaceTiming me out of the blue to ask how I'm doing. Live acoustic guitar performances from my sister during our bi-weekly grocery runs together. And, finally, the new quiet gave me space to listen to my own thoughts more clearly as I meditated on my personal values. In a way, COVID-19 is testing how we adapt and respond in order to still have integrity toward our values. For me, this means waking up each morning and asking myself, how can I still connect to, support, and receive support from those around me? Ivan and I both understand he can't come inside anymore, but that doesn't stop us from catching up. I've still been able to check on my grandmom, whom I haven't seen in weeks, even if it is through a glass wall. And my sister and I have been babysitting our neighbor's baby, Carlota, every Monday. It's a small way to say thank you to our parents, both healthcare workers, who are sacrificing so much for us right now. This is all a shift from what I hoped my last month at college would be. Sure, I wasn't able to have a big graduation party, go to commencement, or present my senior research project. But I'm realizing now that it's not that bad. When you realize how quickly the world's normal can change, your perspective around life changes as well. You begin to realize how transient and insignificant these things are on a cosmic scale. People all around the world are dealing with this virus in their own ways. And I realize that I'm more fortunate in my situation than many other people. I'm living with a supportive sister and her hedgehog who keep me thoroughly entertained each day. I have reliable technology and resources to do my work and to keep up with the friends I've made at Duke. Finally, with our collective wit, my sister and I have found creative ways to still celebrate the little moments with those we love, like inviting our parents over to safely blow out birthday candles. In that respect, the little inconveniences that seem to matter so much in the moment mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. And at the same time, the little gestures of compassion for those around us mean everything now. Because when this thing is over and everything goes back to normal, it's those acts of kindness and humanity that we're going to remember well into the future.